So you guys got any chance to perform this task? This is pretty straightforward. You can easily do that. You found any difficulty while doing this? No? Okay. But this? Yes? Okay. So you want to take some more time to do this? You want me to explain? Now, you gave up already. Why? Take some more time and give it a try. Don't give up that much easily. Fine, it's not so difficult, guys. So let's navigate to S3. So let me take one simple example. We'll take, okay. So this bucket is there, CORS BKT1. So let's create an IAM user. Allocate that bucket to that user. Navigate to user. CORS user1. Password. I'm going with a custom password. Just to save some time. There is nothing more than that. And I'm not going to allocate any policy. I want to create one policy that allow him to access that specific bucket. Review. This user don't have any access now. Create user. Okay. So now I'm going to select that user and add inline policy or add policy. So let's go with the inline. Why? Because that bucket is for that particular user only. Select the service as a S3. So then I don't want to provide all actions here. I asked you to give only some specific permissions. Okay. So one is put object. So then second one is delayed object. So then that's it. Put object and delayed object. Along with that, we need to have some list permission. Okay. List all by buckets. If you want, you can give list bucket permission also. Okay. So then scroll down. So you want to give specific bucket permission to this user, right? Not all the buckets. So select here, select bucket ARN as what bucket access you want to give to this user. CORS BKT1. Give that bucket here, add. Object, I'm going to allow him to access any object within this bucket. Okay. Then click on add. So I'm giving this bucket, that specific bucket only. I'm giving that specific bucket all the objects. Then review policy. Okay. Then click on create policy. Now a policy created, but how to test it? By logging into that user account. Go and take incognito window, aws.amazon.com/console, sign in as a IAM user. I'm giving my account alias. So the username, CORS user1. Password, I already set up a password as I mentioned. Log into this AWS account. Now, if this guy goes to S3 platform, can he see the bucket? You see, list all bucket permissions are there. So he is able to see, but whenever he go to any bucket, is it allowing him to view anything? So even I don't want him to view any other buckets. When he goes into this BKT1, he is able to see the data. Okay. If he want, he can upload the data. If he want, he can delete the data. That is okay. But remaining, if we go to any bucket, he cannot see the data. Even my requirement, I don't want to allow him to see all these buckets. Then what we can do, we can edit this existing policy. We can remove one permission called list all my buckets. I'm removing all list all my buckets permission, then save changes. Now if we go here, if we give refresh, now you see it, just wait a second, give a refresh. It won't show any bucket here. You just need to wait to take this effect. Okay, you see that? It's saying no bucket, but we gave an access to one bucket, right? He is not able to see that bucket. I clearly mentioned one point here. He should able to get this bucket with URL. Should not able to see anything. You see this? You should able to access bucket with URL. What is that URL? This is what that URL. When we gave this URL, or at least till here, whenever that guy, he opens S3, it's not allowing anything. So he can open a new tab, and if he gave URL, if he click on enter, you see, he is able to see the data. Direct S3 access is not allowed, but with the URL, he is able to access that mentioned bucket. That is what access with the help of URL means. Okay, so user 1 is completed. Can you do user 2 now? Same thing you need to do, right? So that is what the task I have given. Everything is in that article. You just need to apply that here. That's it. Any questions on this? Any questions?
Avinash,
Yes, please.
while uploading data in S3 bucket, it is not public. It is not showing to public.
It won't. Whatever object you upload to S3 bucket, by default, it's not going to be a public object. If you want to make something public, you need to go to actions, make public using ACL. So then that object will become public.
It is not showing. You can see make it as public. In my
Okay,
system, it
if
is
you are
not
not
showing.
able to see that option, what you need to do is go to permissions.
Okay.
Okay, I need to work as this user. Go to permissions. Okay, first turn off this block public access. That is the first setting you need to take care. Second setting is go to object ownership. Select ACL enable, then save changes. Okay, so these two, edit these two settings. So then that ACL option is going to be enabled. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have some simple S3 bucket properties, as I told you. We will go through those here in today's session. Right. So the first option is S3 static website hosting. So generally we are going to have multiple types of websites, static website and dynamic website. So university. Static website or dynamic website? Static. So we have faculty login, we have student login, examination branch login. When student logs into that website, what he can see? Only his marks, his credits, when the exam is scheduled, the timetable and all. When examination branch logs in, who paid the fees, when is the next fee we need to pay to university and all. When faculty logs in, the syllabus. See, so based on the login user, the content is changing. The content is changing. For example, if a student want to change exam timetable, can he do that? But examination guy can do that. If a faculty want to change any timetable and all, he can do that. But student cannot do that. Examination branch cannot do that. So some limitations on read operation, some limitations on write operation. Such type of websites, we call it as a dynamic websites. we required a backend database for such type of websites. AWS S3 platform don't support such type of websites. S3 supports only static website. Static website. Okay, that is a fixed web page. That is a fixed web page. For example, if you take a Wikipedia web page, Wikipedia, that is a static. However, whoever have account, they can log in and they can modify. But technically, the page, we can say it as a static. You open, it shows same. I open, it shows same. For example, if I go here, if I'm searching Balakrishna Wiki, you see here, whatever web page I'm seeing here about Balakrishna, same page you also can see. All right. So technically, we can call such type of pages as a static website. If you want to host a static website, you can use this S3 platform. And also, you know, GoDaddy. The GoDaddy actually partner with AWS. Whatever static web page you host there, that will be hosted by using S3 platform only. They both are partner. Okay, so we can host our static websites. But the thing is, see, websites is meant to develop for everyone, right? Everyone can access that website, and that too static. It's not going to have any login page, a fixed content. Okay, so we can use this S3 platform to store all our web content. We can make it as a public. We can enable static website hosting feature on this bucket. Then we can deliver that web page to everyone across the globe. Whoever have the URL, they can access your web page. Okay, so that is a purpose of that static website hosting option on S3. Okay, so now first of all, let me quickly create two simple web pages. I'll create two simple web pages. Okay, I'm opening HTML, closing HTML. In between, if you want to give title, you can give title. S3 static web hosting. Then I'm closing the title. Okay, so then I'm giving a header. Okay, I'm going to call this as this website is hosted. This website is hosted from S3. This is one very simple HTML. I'm going to save this to one of my location, and I'm going to call this page as a index.html. You can give any name, but index is a very standard one. Index.html, save. One file is created. This web page, I want to deliver it for entire world. If you want to test it, you can do one thing. Go here, open index.html. Your browser will open it. If your browser is not opening, there is a problem with the file. Either you might create a .txt file. So you should create .html file only. Okay, that file created successfully. Now, I'm going to upload this content to one of my S3 bucket. Which one I want to make it as a public. Okay, so one thing, in future, if you have any thought to purchase a domain name, for example, I want to purchase a domain name called avinashreddy.com. Okay, in future, I want to map the domain name to this S3 bucket. In that scenario, my bucket name and my domain name should be same. I already purchased a domain name called avinash.shop. Okay, I'm not going to open any shop. It came for just 300 rupees for 5 years. So because of that offer, I purchased this. Okay, so this is my domain name. And I created a bucket with the same. Now I'm going to upload. Click on upload. I'm going to add the files I created, that index.html file, right? Then click on open. Scroll down, click on upload. Now the file uploaded successfully here. What we need to do, go to properties of this bucket, scroll down to the bottom. There is an option called static website hosting. By defaultly, this option is in disabled state. If you want to host a static website from this bucket, select enable, select the first option, host a static website. So then what is the default object it's going to be? Default object is index.html. Okay, then scroll down, click on save changes. Now, whenever you enable this static website hosting, we are going to get such type of URL. This URL is a publicly accessible URL. So you copy this URL, you paste that URL here, and it's giving an error. And it's giving 403 error. What is 403 error? Yesterday I talked about 200 is a OKR success, 300 is a redirection once, 400 is a
Client side.
client side error. See, error 404. What is error 404?
Access issue. Don't have access.
So you have a girlfriend. If someone asks you this question, you say error 404. That means not found. Okay. So basically, the web page is not found or the content is not found, or else you don't have valid permission to access that web page. So these all are not issues from website. These are our issues. Whether you might type wrong URL, or it may be like, not allowed to you to access. So here, what is this error? Access denied. Why? What I need to do to fix this error?
Need to change to public.
Yes. The URL is a publicly accessible URL. This is a website URL, works across the globe. But whatever the object it is trying to deliver, that is private. We have not made it as a public. That's the reason it's giving access denied error. So to fix this error, make this object public. Whatever index.html you have, make it public. For that, first go and turn off public access. Then go to object ownership, select ACL enable, save changes. Now come back here, select that object, actions, last option, make public using ACL. Then click on make public. Now what happened? That object become public. So if you go here, if you give a refresh now, you see this URL not only works here, I'm pasting it in our chat box. You just click on the link. You will get this web page. Again, you might get it out. This entire URL is a bit difficult to remember. Can we shorten this? We can. We can shorten this with the help of hosted zone, Route 53. That is our coming session topic. In coming sessions, we will discuss that. Okay. So, but whatever the URL I got here, this can be accessed across the globe. This is a very simple testing. If you have actual content, or else, so you can go to some free websites here. So free templates, you can download CSS and HTML. So you see this website? Go here, download whatever template you like. So go here, you view this template. If you really liked it, download it. Okay, everything will download into your local laptop. So then what you do? You create a bucket, you upload all the content to one of your S3 bucket. These are real files. These are real files, guys. Real web page files. Okay. So then as a next step, make this bucket public by selecting all the object, go to actions, make public using ACL, make public. So then go to properties, scroll down to bottom, static website is disabled. Edit, enable, host a static website, default object You can give index.html, but make sure you have that object in your bucket. If you don't have that object in bucket, it won't deliver, right? So go to objects. Do we have index.html? Yes. So, okay. Give that index.html here. So then if there is a planned maintenance, you can even give a error message also. So that is also very simple. Let me take same. This website is under maintenance. Contact us at something like that. Okay. So I'm going to call this as a error.html. So whenever any planned maintenances are occurring, so you can pass this error message. Okay. So then you can give that error.html here. Then scroll down, save changes. Now, static website is hosted here. So this is a URL. I can grab that URL, give that URL here. You see this? This is a website. From where this website is delivering? From S3 bucket. From S3 bucket, this website is delivering. All right. So to deliver, if I click on about, it's taking us to about page services. It is giving services. Okay. So these all content is already uploaded to S3 bucket. These all are the supported files. Okay. So clear with the static hosting feature. If it is a static website, then we can go with this. Dynamic website, it won't support. Why? Because there is no backend database like a MySQL, MS SQL, such type of options it won't support. Okay. I'm open to all your questions on this feature now.
Avinash, what if we have one or more files, like CSS file should be there, right? So in that case, where should we save?
I have all that here. You observe this is a CSS files are there here. Okay. So this is a real template. So all you need to do is, what is a landing page? 99.99% for static website, index.html is going to be the landing page. So this will have references to all the remaining data. So we are defining this as a default one. So then it will point to remaining all.
So we need to save it in one folder. All the files should be saved in one folder.
All this content, see, this slash is like a folder. You can have it in different folders also. You no need to put every single file in direct S3 bucket. You see, I'm maintaining different folder. This is CSS folder. This is IMG folder. What are all the images I have there, right? Those all images are here. So your code need to point to that folder, then the file.
Okay.
Yeah. So if static website service on S3 is free of cost, we have to pay. The service is free. The feature is free. But you remember what is S3 free tier limitation? S3 free tier limitation is 5 GB standard storage. And 2000 put operations. That is nothing but 2000 uploads and 20,000 get operations. So, or downloads or accessing this, get is nothing but. So if you're within this, it's free. So whoever is accessing your website, the count is less than this, whatever the web pages you are uploading, if it is less than this, then it is absolutely free. For example, now you hosted your website, you can absolutely give a try. Why? Because these values you have till the 31st. Again, on first, it is going to reset to 0 and it calculates again. So if you are within this limitation, it's absolutely free. Okay. Answers your question? Right. So now we have another property here, tags. Tags, I already talked multiple times. The example is same. You went to a shopping mall, you want to purchase a shirt, but there is no tag. So you won't get that information. So if you have a tag, you can. So if you want to add a tag, for example, you have n number of the buckets. So some buckets you are using for client one. So just go and add a tag called client. Now I'm going to use this bucket for client A. And I'm going to verify who created this, for what project it created. Okay, it is for project X. All right, then save. In future, I can use another service called Tag Explorer. I can filter all the resources created for project X. If I don't give tag now, I cannot find the resource there. So tags, it's very easy component, a simple one, not at all mandatory component, but it plays some role in our real environment. Okay, so you can add 50 tags here for this S3 bucket. Now, encryption we already discussed. Intelligent tier archive configuration. So this is also like a Glacier only. So you know lifecycle management rule, you remember? So why we use lifecycle management rule? To transit objects from one storage class to another storage class, or at some point of time you want to delete, then we can use that, right? Okay, so there we have an issue. In that existing lifecycle management role, we discussed there is no intelligence added. The reason, when that object is last opened doesn't matter. Okay, so all matter is when object is uploaded. After 90 days, okay, you move it to infrequently access. After 180 days, okay, you move it to Glacier. After 100 days, you delete it. So on 99th day, you open that object, doesn't matter. On 50th day, you opened object, doesn't matter. If 30 days comes, it moves. 60 days comes, it moves. 100 days comes, it delays. Okay, so that is for regular life cycle concept. But when coming to this intelligent tier life cycle configuration, Glacier configuration, okay, so similar to Glacier, we can move the data from intelligent tier archive storage class, but it will remember when that object is last opened. Your object is in intelligent tier storage class, but you have not accessed one object from last 200 days. So then what happened? Only those not accessed data will go to intelligent tier archive. For example, one object is created. So you configure to move it to intelligent tier archive if it is not open for last 200 days. But on 199th day, we have opened it. Now what happened? Next day it will go? No. It will calculate for coming 200 days. If we don't access that, then it will move. Once it is moved, we cannot access immediately. That is the problem. You cannot access immediately. Just like Glacier, you need to initiate restore. Okay. First of all, as I told you, this intelligent tier, we really don't use. Compared to standard, it is more cost. Okay. So we can go here, create configuration. You can give a name, limit the scope to any folder or all data. You know this mechanism, right? I'm not talking about this again. So you want to enable now? Yes. Archive access tier. If any data is not opened in last 90 days, it goes to intelligent tier archive. Can we access it immediately? No. It will take minimum 2 to 5 hours. So similar way, deep archive. Whatever data you have not opened in last 180 days, we can move it to deep archive. Okay. So these are the storage options, storage transitions if you are using intelligent tiering. Okay. You read this, days until transitions, but like, haven't been accessed for minimum of 90 days. Earlier, when object is uploaded after 90 days, but here it's remembering when it is accessed. That is the difference between that and this. Okay. So that is a intelligent tier archive configuration. So then we have server access logging. So this server access logging is an option to enable logging on our S3 bucket. First of all, we are going to use S3 bucket to store a lot of logs. Okay, S3 is designed to store a lot of logs, load balancer logs, VPC logs, web server logs, everything we can store into our S3 bucket. But this feature, right? It's a logging on the selected S3 bucket. What we can get if logging is enabled? Logging is like a maintaining a register. Every day that guy is standing there and he's checking, right? That is what logging, whether you came or not. Okay, at what time you came, what exactly you did here. Everything is going to be written into the logs. Okay, so if you want to enable logging on this particular bucket, then go and edit, enable. Where do you want to enable? We need to choose a bucket to store the logs. So click on browse, select the bucket where you want to enable the logs. Again, don't try to write logs in the same bucket. It will unnecessarily create lot of additional logs. So you see here, when your source bucket and target bucket are the same, additional logs are going to create whenever log is right into the bucket. So not recommended to. So you go and choose different bucket, choose path, then save changes. Now what happened? Whoever is accessing the data from this bucket, whoever deleted the data, whoever uploaded the data, all those things are going to written into that selected S3 bucket. Those all logs we can find under this particular bucket. Okay. Again, we don't depend on this feature. Why? Logging is very important. Why we don't depend on this feature? So this is for only one bucket, right? But we do have another option where we can enable logging for all S3 buckets. Okay, even if we are creating any buckets in future also, we can enable that feature. That with the help of CloudTrail. So just observe this feature. Okay, I'm creating a trail. Okay. Don't worry what I'm doing. Just observe the feature I'm showing. You see here, I'm enabling logging. Same, whatever I'm doing here, this is for only one individual bucket. But I'm doing same thing you see here, all current and future S3 buckets. I'm logging read operations as well as write operations. Or for example, I want to select only group of S3 buckets. I can select browse. Okay, I want to enable logging for these 4 buckets. Then I can choose. So which is easy? In a central location, multiple buckets or enabling feature on individual S3 bucket? Obviously, central one is easy to manage. So that's the reason in organization, we really don't enable these on individual buckets. So whatever the feature I'm showing here, that is what this CloudTrail data events is. Okay. So you will come to know about this in our CloudTrail session. So don't worry about this option for now. But what is a log format? For example, some logs are coming. What is that log format? How we can read that log format? I have given a URL here. This is what the log format. You can easily find some sample logs also here. Copy double time. So this is how exactly the logs looks like. At what time it happened, from what IP address it happened, and what is a request, get request or put request, what is a file, what is the object it uploaded, what is the file it tried to access, what is the status, 200 or 400. Okay, so you can find all that information here. So you scroll down, you can read about each and every individual field. Again, no one is going to ask you in your interview, what is this format and all. Just if for informative purpose, if you want to read the documentation, you go through this. Okay. So that is a server access logging option. Any questions so far, guys? Any questions on tags, intelligent hiring, and server access logging? Any questions? No? All right. So then we have an option called event notifications. Event notification. So this event notification is like a event-driven process. Event-driven process means when something happen on our S3 bucket, we can trigger some more thing. For example, when an object is uploaded to S3 bucket, I want to get a notification to a group of email IDs. When an object is deleted from S3 bucket, I want to get email to group of email IDs. Or when an object is uploaded to S3 bucket, I want to trigger a Lambda function. I want to run some code. Okay. The example for this is, so there is an application. So within that application, whatever the indoor plant you have, you take a picture and you upload that picture to that application. So then what happened? That application will analyze that image. It tells which disease it might be, what are the precautions you need to take. So here we can achieve this application architecture by using S3 and a Lambda. Lambda is right to code. Okay, you are going to have some code. So you are going to take a picture and you are uploading. Where you are uploading that picture? You are uploading to an S3 bucket. Now, when this picture uploaded, code need to run. How code will come to know? So there is an event configured. You upload picture. So this is going to trigger another event. The code is going to analyze that image and it is going to give response. This is a very simple architecture. So the main purpose of this event is when something happened, you trigger an SQS service or SNS service or Lambda function. Lambda contains code. SNS is for notification. SQS is for messaging purpose. Okay, that SQS and Lambda we will discuss later. But SNS I'm going to explain now. Okay, so here, first of all, we need to have an SNS topic. SNS stands for Simple Notification Service. SNS stands for Simple Notification Service. So you first need to create an SNS. Then you need to add subscribers. Subscriber is like a phone number or email ID. We need to add subscribers. When something happened, that event is going to trigger. Event triggered happened. Whoever subscribed to that notification, they will get alert. Okay. So let's do that now. So this bucket is in Mumbai region. My SNS topic also should be in Mumbai region only. So search for SNS here, Simple Notification Service. Go to this SNS, navigate to topics, create a topic. Okay, select a topic type as a standard. Topic name. Okay, I'm going to call this as App S3 Events. Display name S3 Alert is a display name I'm giving. Okay, just scroll down and create a topic. I know we are going to get an error. I'll show that error. Right. So I want to add subscriber here. Topic created successfully. Scroll down, create subscription. Choose subscription type protocol as a email. Do not go with the SMS and all, it will cost you. Go with only email option. It comes under free tier eligibility, 1000 emails per monthly free. Okay. So guys, if I'm saying something will cost you, you have that in your mind. I've seen some of you guys created 4 or 5 KMS keys. Right. So please take care about that. Even in documentation also, I'm clearly mentioning here, if you observe this KMS1, where is that? You see here in capital letters, I have written this, no pre-tier eligibility, no pre-tier eligibility. So take care about that. Okay. So yeah, I'm selecting email here. What email address? I'm giving my email address here. Then scroll down, create subscription. So can you simply give someone's email address? You can give, but they need to accept your subscription. So I've logged into my email. You see that first one? AWS notification. Do you really want to get alerts from this App S3 event? If I click on confirm subscription, then only I will get it. The subscription is confirmed now. Okay. So now let's refresh here. We will get a subscription ID. It's a confirmed and it is a subscription ID. SNS part is completed. Now come back to S3. Now come back to S3 and select a bucket you're working. Go to properties, event notifications, create event notification, give a name, test event. You want to limit a folder or a prefix. When something happened to only .pdf file, I want to get notification, then you can give that suffix here. Or if something, I want to get notification when something happened on a folder, you give that folder name here. If you don't give here, it picks entire bucket. Scroll down. When you want to get notification, put operation when object is created, post operation, copy operation, multi-part upload, or all object creation and all object deletion. I selected all object creation or deletion. When any new object is created, I want to get notification. When object is deleted, I want to get notification. Then scroll down. You can add remaining these also if required. See the destination? You want to trigger Lambda function. You want to send an SNS topic or SQS queue. Go to SNS topic. Click here. Select the one you created. App S3 events. Select it. Scroll down. Save changes. And we got the error. Okay. I know while you guys are doing, you are going to get this error. That's the reason I generated this error. I'm showing it. To not get into this error, what you need to do while creating an SNS topic. Okay. App S3 alert updated. S3 alerts is a display name. Okay. While creating SNS topic, expand this access policy. Expand this access policy. Select everyone and everyone. If you don't do this, you will get this error. Whenever you are saving, what this S3 will do, it will try to send a test message. But that is failing. That's the reason it's not happening. Okay. So now select everyone and everyone. Scroll down, create topic. Same thing I have mentioned in the documentation. In the book I shared, same thing I mentioned with valid screenshots. Okay. Go to subscriptions, create subscription, protocol as an email, give the email address. Okay. Then create subscription, go to your email, confirm the subscription. All right, subscription confirmed now. Okay, so then go back here, select the SNS topic we just created now. You see this? Updated. Now you click on save changes, it will work. Okay. And it also sends a test event. You see here? This is a test event we got. Now let's delete or upload something to this S3 bucket. Click on upload, add files. I'm selecting an object called error.html. Open, click on upload. Now an object uploaded here. So then this SNS topic will detect that operation and it is going to send that notification here. You see this? We got a notification, but this notification is in JSON format. Can't we get it in English format? We can get it, that we will discuss later. We need to depend on an option called input transformer. That is our coming session topic. So how to read this easily? Copy all this, open a new tab, Prettify JSON. Okay, just search for Prettify JSON online. This email is not pretty, right? We are just prettifying that JSON, nothing more. Okay, the website have some problem. So in left pane, whatever the one you copied, paste it, then click on make pretty. It become pretty. You see? So you see here from which network the request came. That is a network. What happened? So to this particular bucket, an object is uploaded. That object name is error.html. That is what I uploaded, right? So it is giving all that information here. To what bucket it is uploaded. Okay. So which notification triggered this? I configured test event on S3 bucket, right? That triggered this notification. Okay. So what is the operation happened? Object created. In what region it happened? At what time it happened? Everything is displaying here. Not only this, even we configured to get alert for delete operation also, right? I'm deleting something called index.html. I'm permanently deleting. Let's see, we will get notification again. You see here, we got a new notification. Copy this. Paste that here, make Prettify. You see now what event happened? So I'm getting notification for creation related, deletion related. So whatever is happening S3, I can get a notification. Okay. So similar way, we can trigger another services also. But that is what events option on our S3 bucket. Only very, very rare scenarios we use this. Okay. So any questions on these events? Any questions? Okay, remember 1000 notifications is free. Once you test it with some emails, delete it. After you done your testing, delete it. Okay. So this event bridge we'll talk later. As I told you, like, we can perform event-driven process, schedule processes. We'll discuss that later. So then we have transfer acceleration. So, see, the transfer means transferring, but acceleration means, so video games, car games, NFS. Okay. So whenever you are playing that game, you have accelerator. Okay, you can use that accelerator to increase the speed. So here we are transferring some data to S3 bucket. We can use this feature to increase the speed, the upload speed or download speed to this bucket. Same thing, how you are using accelerator to increase the speed of your car or bike. Okay, similar way, whatever data you're transferring to this bucket, we can increase that speed, the transfer speed, with the help of this transfer acceleration. Right. So we have a comparison tool. If you don't enable this feature, how quickly you can upload? If you enable this feature, how quickly you can upload? You can compare both. If you are getting positive result, you can enable this feature. Okay. So you remember edge location mechanism? Edge locations.
Cache location.
Yes. So cache locations or CDN endpoints, content delivery network locations. So the logic is very simple. This is our actual data. Okay. Some customer is here. He is trying to access. So generally what happened? The request need to come here and it is going to give response. But if we keep a temporary copy to his nearby location, so whatever data you have here, temporarily you are storing here. Now, whenever this guy trying to access, so this temporary location itself is going to give response, right? So compared to this, this will work faster, but not always. For example, so this guy is Avinash, he is in Amirpet now. So the content is in Mumbai. So this edge location is in Hyderabad. When this guy trying to access same data, this will direct go to Mumbai and it is going to give response. But if you are depending on this transfer acceleration, what happened? The request will go to Hyderabad. From Hyderabad, it will go here. Okay. So now I am in confusion. So the origin is very near to me. Actual data is very near to me. But I'm in confusion whether I really need to depend on this feature or not. In that scenarios, we can compare the speed. If I access directly this red color one, how much time it is going to take? If I do same thing via edge location, how much difference it will get? 30% speed, 40% speed, or minus 30% speed? It will compare both and it will tell us, okay, this option is better. For that, we need to run speed comparison tool before enabling this. It's not always faster. You can check. If you satisfy with the result, then only you go and enable it. Again, it will cost us. If you enable this, it will cost us. So let me quickly show you this option. If you want to use this, you should not have dot in the bucket name. You should not have dot in the bucket name. If you have dot, it won't support. That is not my problem. It is AWS problem. Don't ask me why. I too don't know. Okay. So scroll down, select transfer acceleration. Click on edit, enable this. So now if you go here, if you click on save changes, whatever data you upload to this bucket, that is going to be accelerated. But is it fast? Or we need to do the comparison, right? Simply, you see here. AWS always tells you guys, if anything is costing you, it will give such type of notification. Okay. So if you click on this Amazon S3 pricing, or let's compare it first. Go to this learn more. In left pane, you can find speed comparison tool. Go to the speed comparison tool, copy this URL, replace this red color with your bucket name and the region. So this is the URL I got. Okay. I'm pasting that URL here. So my bucket is in Mumbai region. So I'm giving AP South -1. My bucket name is Avinash. Let's see. Now, if this bucket is in Mumbai region, if I enable transfer acceleration, what happened? If I don't enable transfer acceleration, what happened? I gave the URL here. This is direct upload. If I am uploading something directly, this is what the speed. If I enable this feature, transfer acceleration feature on this bucket, if I upload something, it will tell us. Okay. Similar way, it perform testing for all other regions also. Okay. If I enable this feature on the bucket, I can transfer data, either upload or download, 7% faster compared to direct upload. Similar way, scroll down. If the same bucket is in San Francisco, if you directly upload, if you depend on transfer acceleration. So it will run this comparison. You see this? So if you have a bucket in San Francisco and if you are sitting in Naresh IT network, if you upload directly, 498% slower. If you enable this feature, 498% faster we can upload data. Okay, then it is meaningful, worthy. But for Mumbai, just 7%. If it is really matter, then you can enable. Okay, so that is a transfer acceleration feature. Clear with that option? Again, these all we really don't use. Okay, but you need to know what exactly it is. All right. So then we have an option called object lock. So if data is very, very important to you, you want to protect your data from accidental deletion. However, you can use versioning, but you have a compliance requirement. Once object is uploaded to a bucket, for coming 2 days or coming 7 days, no one should be able to delete it, including root user also. That is what your compliance requirement. That is what your requirement is. Once update is created and uploaded, no one should able to delete this. Okay. In that scenario, you can use object lock. In this object lock, we have two options: governance mode and compliance mode. Governance mode means anyone can disable and they can delete it. Less secured. Compliance mode, not like that. Okay. So again, there is an issue. This feature, we cannot enable directly for an existing bucket. Okay, so this object lock, we cannot directly enable for an existing bucket. If you already created a bucket, if you decided to enable it, you contact AWS customer support. They will enable it on behalf of you. So, but while enabling the bucket, we can. I'm creating a bucket now. Create bucket. Avinash.lock test bucket or lock test is a bucket name I'm giving. Okay. So scroll down. Bucket versioning must be enabled. If you don't enable also, it enables automatically. Scroll down. When you expand this advanced settings, you can find object lock. It is in disable mode now. I'm going to enable it. I acknowledge. Create bucket. A bucket created now, but this bucket is enabled with object lock. Now set up the retention period. Edit. Enable this. Governance mode or compliance mode. You know what governance mode? Anyone who have permission, they can modify it. That's how government works, right? So compliance, you go here. Compliance mode is like the object will become immutable. No one can modify, including root user, just like China. Okay. So the Chinese president elections, so he can modify for lifetime. Jinping is going to be president. Who passed the bill? He himself passed the bill. Okay. So here, default retention period, I'm going to set it as a 3 days. For coming 3 days, you can even set up for years also. Once object is uploaded, no one can delete this for coming 3 days. If you want, after 3 days, you disable the feature, you can delete it. But for coming 3 days, no one can delete the bucket, no one can delete the object. Okay, I'm going with compliance mode, but not with 3 days. I'm going with 2 days. Okay, then save changes. Now, whatever object I upload here, I'm going to select upload, add files. I'm selecting s3.txt. Then upload. Now, can we delete this? Okay, let's give a try. You select it, delete, and type delete. Again, whenever you're just typing delete, what happened? You will get a delete marker. If you delete marker, you will get it back. Okay. So I'm going to enable versioning. Now what happened if you're trying to delete? You need to type permanently delete. Type permanently delete, then delete object. Object lock is enabled. It's not allowing us to delete. Okay, I changed my mind. I decided to delete this entire bucket. Selected Avinash.lock. I'm trying to delete it. So if you want to delete a bucket first, what you need to do? Make bucket empty. Click on empty bucket configuration. Type permanently delete. Then click on empty. Is it happening? One object is there. So if you try n number of the times, it won't happen for coming 3 days. So even after 3 days also, if you really want to delete it, what you need to do? You go to property, you edit this, you disable the retention. Okay, now come back here after 3 days. For after 3 days, the retention period is going to complete for this object. So then you are allowed to delete. Okay, if your requirement is such type of complex one, so then you can enable this object lock feature on S3 bucket. Okay, clear with this? That is a object lock feature. And requester pays, it's a very simple option, guys. Instead of bucket owner, who is requesting the data, that guy is going to get charged. For example, I'm sharing demo.txt, right? If I enable this requester pays option on that S3 bucket, if you access that file 100 times, you need to pay for that. Okay. So instead of who is delivering the data, instead of getting charged for that guy, who is requesting for the data, that guy is going to get charged for the data transfer as well as how much data they accessed. For these two things, they will get charged. Okay. So that is the requester pays option. So click on edit, enable, save changes. That's it. I've not seen anyone who use that feature. So these are S3 bucket properties. We do have some permissions. We do have some management options also. We will discuss those in our next session tomorrow. Okay. So for today, the task is pretty simple and straightforward. Try out that static website hosting feature. Where is that? Here S3 static website hosting option is there. Try out that, download a template from internet, or you create index.html file, you upload it and deliver using S3 static website hosting feature. Remaining options, if you're really interested, you just take some time and go through that. And again, you guys not perform this operation, right? Most of you guys. So spend some time and go through that, guys. The task I mentioned yesterday. Here I mentioned the task, right? Just try to do these tasks. I already shown today, but still spend some time and do this. Why? Because these activities we perform in real environments. All right. So any questions before closing the session?
Avinash,
Yes, please.
once bucket has made in public, it will shows while searching in the URL, it is not showing code is access denied like that.
Okay, so your requirement you are making entire bucket public or like a single object public. I didn't get that requirement.
Only object public.
It will work. Okay. Again, I'm going to demonstrate how to make an object public. So this is, I'm creating a new bucket. You follow now onwards. Okay, I'm creating a bucket. I'm going to make it public. Give a bucket name. Avinash.public test. Okay. In which region you want to create? Select the region. Select ACL enable. While creating bucket, enable this option. First thing. Second thing, uncheck this block all public access. Select I acknowledge. Then leave everything to blank, then click on create bucket. Okay. So now go inside that bucket, upload an object. I'm uploading this index.html. Then click on upload. Fine. Now, this object I want to make public. Select that object, go to actions, last option, make public using ACL. Select it, click on make public. This object become public. So select it. Here is the object URL. Grab that object URL, give in another browser, and it is working. Okay. So it is working. So if you don't know how to create that index.html file, I'm sharing that file also in our GitHub. So S3 object is uploaded just now. Index.html also uploaded. You simply copy this code and name it as a index.html and try out that static website feature.
Avinash, once explain to create HTML index file.
It's just creating a simple notepad document, right? So you open, if you have notepad++, so just take a notepad, give a right click, new text document, index.html, give that as a file name. It's just creating a file. Yeah. Okay, the content is huge. Okay, this is a website. Learn aws.co.in. These are all the files. Okay, same thing I did. Navigate to properties, enable. I pointed to index.html, then save. So with the URL I got here. So once I enable, I'll get a URL, right? So with this URL, we can access it. This is what the URL. So that template also I took from that website only. That I have not developed from scratch. I downloaded and uploaded. That's it. Okay, sending link is not working. Slack. Okay. So first thing, this is our GitHub link. I'm posting those links in our chat box again. This is GitHub link. Okay, I'll do one thing. Within this GitHub, I'll create a slack.txt. I'll post Slack link. Okay, and one more thing, guys. I have shared Udemy coupons. That coupon works for coming 5 days. That too, registration you need to do within 5 days. You can go through that course at any time. You no need to complete that course within 5 days only. Okay, so this is the Slack link. I'm going to call this as a slack.txt. Okay, I'll do that. I'll add that file also here. Okay, so all you need to do is you need to take this URL, guys. This is the publicly accessible URL. You can access by using your mobile browser, mobile application, desktop also. Okay, so you need to have this URL. If you go through this, once you went to this URL, you need to click on go to code. If you're accessing from mobile, click on go to code. Okay, then it will show you all these files. This file contains our s3.txt. This contains sample HTML file. This is our regular IAM content. This is Slack link. Who have not yet joined Slack, you go to this document, you can find a link. Okay, paste that link in a browser and you can join to Slack. I pasted in our chart also. So just follow that. Okay? Yeah. Any other questions?
Avinash, that Udemy coupons.
I already shared in Slack. The Udemy coupons, I already posted here. You see 2 coupons. One is Linux Essentials for Amazon Web Services. So this is a coupon code OCT 2022. Is a coupon code. It's free. Okay, all you need to do is you just copy this link, open your browser. If you already have a Udemy account, you log in, then you purchase it. Otherwise, you just need to sign up. Then you go here. You see here, it's free. 4 days left at this price. After 4 days, you need to wait again to generate another set of coupon. Okay, so here, these are like a Linux installation. Just don't worry about this installation. Just skip it for now. So I'll show you launching an EC2 instance in AWS, Linux boot process, Linux basic commands, user management, permission management, networking, storage, adding it to cron job, how to make it as a Apache web server. It's a 6 hours course. Okay. So you will get moderate experience on Linux operating system. You can do any activities once you complete this. However, I'll explain, but meanwhile you go through this. Okay. So this is Linux one. Similar way, I even shared Jenkins one also. That is for DevOps. We will discuss about that later. Okay. Again, some of you guys directly messaging or posting in common channel. So you need to join this OCT 2022 channel. Okay. The AWS book actually shared here. This is a book. Right. So this is the book pin to channel. Okay. So whatever topic I discussed today, those all available already here with valid screenshots. Say for example, today I talked about static website. Screenshot, how to enable, what document you need to give, and what is the things, important points regarding static website. Before that, replication. So then after object lock, what are the things? What is the modes we have? How to enable? What is about tags? What is transfer acceleration? So you always read this document. Even events topic I explained, right? You go here, select it, enable, create subscription with valid screenshots. This book is prepared. So follow this book. Okay. So if you are not able to find this OCT 2022, all you need to do is click on these channels, click on browse channels. So here search for OCT 2022, you will find that channel. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Yes, please.
I have one doubt. As you told previous session, like you can create one policy in AWS account. That policy you have to give the particular user in AP South region. As like that, I was created a one bucket in Mumbai. It worked for me. While creating in some other region also, it is working. But as you said, like it should not work. It should fail. But I was able to create in some other region also.
That
Let me
means
use it.
the task is not complete, right?
Yeah.
So user, whatever the settings you configured, the condition you configured, so that is not a valid. Just try out different conditions, or I'll show in our next sessions.
I was given the S3 full access as well and administration level access. And as you told what the policy you has
You need to
said.
add condition. You need to add condition.
Okay.
So that if that condition is matching the requested region condition, so that I'll explain later. Forget about that now.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.